sometimes in life you've just got to laugh at yourself. You know, there's times in your life where you do something and you think, oh, that was horrible. I never want to go through that again. But in hindsight, it's the story that you tell at the dinner party and how funny it was. For the last however many days, I've been talking about, serious stuff. Talking about, mental state. And so I thought today I'd just tell you one of my funny plumbing stories. Probably my favourite plumbing story. I was doing some work on a septic tank, and I knew this one pretty well because it had a pump and it used to pump the stuff into the backyard. And I went down there and I undid the union on the pump, and being a plumber, I really had a pretty high immunity because I had so much bacteria around me all the time. So I sort of just wiped the face of the union and I blew down the pipe into the septic tank. Now, that in itself is probably gross enough. And I knew that on this particular tank that I could, like a straw, blow down the pipe and get bubbles to come out the bottom. And I was doing that to check that it wasn't blocked. Well, as it turns out, it was blocked. And so what I did was I blew down the pipe and I lowered the level of the water, which meant I created a hydraulic ram of air. And so when I took my mouth off, the water equalized and shot a tampon out, which hit me straight in the face. And you might think, oh, that's gross and disgusting, but it was something that I laughed about at the time, and even still, I love telling that story simply because just to watch people's face to start with. But it's one of those things that you go, so many bad things happen in your life, yet out of all those bad things, a lot of good happens. I've got a friend that, she essentially has almost lost everything. And by losing everything, it meant that she had to, her husband, she was at home and looking after the house, but it meant she had to go out and work. And from that horrible story, she says, Ian, we're going to be sitting on a beach in Barbados in the near future and laughing about this moment in time. And because of what's happened to her in her life, she's gone off and became her personal trainer, working with women that are a little bit older to make sure they sustain their health and flexibility. And I don't think I've ever seen her happier. She might be a little bit poorer, incredibly happy. And so we look back at those moments and we laugh. All those tough moments that actually define you.